Hey gang, look what we have here. A box from CGC. Alright, I do know what's in here. I do know what the grades are. Forgive me, I'm human. I didn't want to find out, but my instincts just let me down. Now there's some books in here that I am dead on my predicted grade. There's some books in here that I had way understated what they were going to be, and there's some books that I was horribly disappointed by. Let's see where we go from here. I'm just blindly pulling them out at this point. All right, let's start. Jeepers. Let's start with Batman 232. Well, let's get that out of the bag real quick. All right, so Bat 232. This guy, 7.5, about what I expected on it. I think it presents pretty nicely. It's hardly the highest grade you'll find out there, but it's mine. I'll take it. Let's have a look here, and a lot of Bat books in this section here. We'll save this one for a minute. Let's find some of those Bat books. Everything but the Bat books. All right, here we go. Here is a nice copy. It's a 6 of 171. I think it turned out pretty nice. I bought this from a collector who had a lot of old Bat books. Some of them higher grades than others. The 232 is from the same collection. So that's not bad at a 6.0. I'll take that. Pretty handsome back, if you ask me. Not the worst advertisement. Pretty good edging. I'll take it. As you can tell, there's some spots behind me that don't have slabs on them, and I think we're going to change that tonight. Here's a good one. Well, at least as far as having the issue. A 3.5 is not the highest grade, but I'll take it. This guy, I'm not blown away that didn't get any higher. It was pretty well wrinkled on the front. You can tell that somebody loved looking at this book at some point. But it does have the pin up, so I'll take it at a blue. That's fine by me. Let's see here. All right, here's a cool one. We got 227. A nice 7.0 copy of that. Forgive me for my glare. That's such a cool dark cover. Yeah, this is a classic one. We'll never ever be able to play Skittle Pool again, but we can enjoy the art. Look at that. That's pretty handsome. A little corner bump there, but otherwise that spine, you can tell, looks pretty good. I think there's one more Bat book in here. I'm surprised it hasn't popped out yet. Okay, yeah, here we go. So this poor guy, I kind of regret slabbing him. He came back at a 2.5. That for this strip missing here. I get it. I know there was a chunk missing. I was hoping that I could get a grader that had been laid the night before, and maybe just give me a 3. It's my oldest Bat book. In fact, it's frankly my oldest comic. I think it's pretty darn cool. You can see there's some spine ticks obviously here. But I think it was a pretty good condition if it wasn't for that darn spine rip. Short scythe, buddy. All right, so that's it for the Bat books as far as I know. There was a couple books. Now this guy I didn't send in because I had any other reason to. I thought it was going to come back at 9.4, maybe a 9.6. I was going to be really happy. Everybody loves this issue. I know I do. An 8. I think I'm going to resubmit this one. The grader's notes don't really say there's a whole lot. I believe they mentioned some cancellation ink, but that brings up an interesting point because I know that there is a lot of cancellation ink on this guy, which obtained a 9.8. Now look at the top there. Boy, my lighting is rotten in this regard. But there is cancellation ink at the top edge in here, and for the life of me, they didn't catch that. They thought that was a 9.8, but the Kitty Pryde X-Men 129, that got an 8. But I'll take this 9.8. It's pretty cool. Beautiful book. With Quantumania coming out pretty soon, I'm excited for it. Here's another one I thought was going to be high grade. Now, I didn't submit this for any particular reason. It's not a particularly impressive book or anything. I think it mentions Wolverine's healing factor for the first time. So it's kind of a cool little side book there if you're a Wolverine fan. But this poor guy came back in 8.5, and I thought he was pretty darn handsome. There is some cancellation ink, but again, that 9.8 on the Avengers 181, you tell me. All right, we had let's see, what else do we have in here? A couple other random books. I'm kind of a fan of getting some slabbed, even if they're not necessarily the highest grade. And here's one of them. This pretty nice copy of Iron Man 55. From a presentation point of view, it's a little beat up. It's been read, but it's mine, and I think that's a pretty cool copy to have. A couple others here. We got a pretty high grade here. I actually predicted this one to come back at. I picked this one to be best case scenario would come back at a 9.4. Came back at a 9.6. I was really kind of expecting like a 9.2, but like I said, that grader got lucky, guys. I tell you what, CGC, bless your hearts. But I know that some of your guys are having good evenings and grading us accordingly afterwards. All right, now here's one that really surprised me. So the collection I bought this book from had 3 copies of this book. This was the lowest grade copy. I passed over it 2 or 3 times to send it in to do anything with it. It was the lowest of the 3 that I saw. And it kind of kicks me that I sold the other 2 copies for the price I did instead of submitting them. So I ended up getting this 9.6 on a Star Wars issue 1. Obviously, it's not the reprint or a Whitman edition or anything like that. So that's pretty decent book. I'll take it. 9.6. Like I said, those other guys that I submitted, chances are those would have been 9.8. So I don't know, maybe 9.9. I don't think that's really likely going to happen, but I just want to say, by the way, thank you to whoever's at CGC. I was kind of a goofball, and I had included some cards. I like to put, like, if it's a first print card, if it's the first print of an issue, I'll put like the character's first appearance card. To be honest with you, that way my wife, if I were to pass in a horrible accident, she would know which ones are more valuable, I guess, just at a quick glance. So anyways, thank you to CGC employees there. Returned my cards to me. I forgot to remove them. I usually just tape them to the back. For example, like with this Iron Fist. So you see, I'll have these guys just kind of taped to the back, and you can flip them around, things like that. Like I said, it's just a really simple way for, just to designate and denote that it is a first appearance. Kind of, I don't know. There's just something about that. I was an Impel kid when I was younger. All right. Well, I think I just showed you my underwear. So anyways, that's it for today's unboxing. I am going to be probably selling a few of these and then getting a few of these other guys that you see behind us. We have Batman 251. It's not the highest grade, but I wouldn't mind getting it officially slabbed. Got a pretty cool copy of 155 as well. So there's some books like this I'll be submitting. I'm not always just going to be doing Batman books, I promise you. We also have books such as, I think probably the prettiest cover of that era is Spider-Man 45. So I'm going to get this guy slabbed. I love that cover. I'm sure there's other people out there that feel the same about this one. It's just something about that. So yeah, let's go ahead and wrap this up. I'm just going to be wanting to say thank you tonight, and if you have any suggestions on other books that you'd like me to see kind of get slabbed, I have opportunity to get more Green Lanterns and some flashes from that era. So if you have any comments that you want to leave about certain books you'd love to see picked up and brought back to life. We do it all here at the Fairly Awesome Cleaning Comic Company. All right, have a great night.